Chick-fil-A, a Buc-ee's, or a nicer rest stop. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio. Those are the go-to bathroom stops on a road trip for me.
Okay.
My family, it doesn't bother them that much. You know, the guys in the family.
To stop anywhere?
It doesn't matter.
I don't know. I mean, I used to be that way, but then, yeah.
I guess Joey is a little more particular. The boys don't really. But me... Yeah.
And it just really depends. That's why I try to limit my liquid intake when I'm starting out on a road trip. Like we had this road trip to Florida for a radio conference back a few weeks ago. And I rode with Rob, and he's like, "Hey, you want a cup of coffee?" I said, "Nope, I'm
right?
Because if I do, we're going to stop at every rest stop."
I will say Rob takes more stops than I'm used to.
Okay.
Because my husband is, as soon as we get wheels on the road, basically we're stopping when it's absolutely necessary, and my dad was the same way.
Wow.
So I'm not used to that every 2 hours or, you know.
Yeah.
But I am a double fister. I want a hot drink and I want a cold drink.
Really?
We've taken road trips.
I
you know.
know.
You
I
look in the
know.
back and I've got like 2 Yetis or 2 whatever it is.
I cannot do that. I'll get one drink and try to like just sip on that for the whole 7-8 hours of the trip or 9 hours of the trip. Because if I do, I know if I drink it, I'm gonna have to find that rest stop area. So we take like 23 hours or something on road trips with our families
Throughout the summer, yeah.
Throughout the summer, and that's equals out to about 11 restroom breaks.
And so I was thinking, if you take a 23-hour, let's just say start to finish, all in one trip.
You're looking every 2 hours.
Every 2 hours.
Yeah.
Is there a baby in the car? Like, that seems like a lot of stops. Because for me, I want to make it, okay, if I get off on an exit, I want to make sure there's a coffee shop, a place to use the restroom, and get gas.
Ninja, where do you like to go? Where do you like to stop?
Those little not gas stations, the little quickie stops on the side of the road on the interstate where you just go in, get back out real quick, back on the road.
Quickie stops.
I'm not really sure what they're just like rest stops.
They're just like local.
Restrooms.
Yeah.
Local
Rest
places.
areas.
Oh, rest stops.
They have the little picnic tables.
Gotcha.
Rest areas.
See,
yeah.
in my head, it was like a little store, just mom and pop on the side of the road kind of a thing. But no, you're talking about actual rest stops.
Yeah.
Well,
And if it's a gas station, it's one of those like truck stops.
Yeah, like a Love's or something like that.
Selling that okra and them tomatoes by the side of the
Right.
road. All right, Scott Watson, you've traveled with your kids. How many stops you guys have to make?
Well, it's rest areas, and my wife, if there is a rest area along our travel route, she has to stop. And she's gotten to the point where she knows rest areas, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yes.
So some are clean, some are not so clean, and I just want to go. And the kids, for the most part, want to go too. But we do have the rest area stops that we have to take if my wife's along.
Oh.
My dad
Yeah.
used to stop. We would travel from here to Columbus, Ohio every single summer to visit grandparents. And he would stop in Corbin, Kentucky. This man, you could set your watch by this guy, right? So we're teenagers. I'm a teenager, 13 years old, and I was in that awkward stage. We fell asleep in the car.
Yeah.
And I woke up in a Perkins. We always stopped at Perkins in Corbin, Kentucky, with my face up against the window, just snoozing. He had parked in the front parking spot. So everybody that passed us going into Perkins had seen my little awkward face. So Cindy, she said, "Oh, yeah, Corbin, Kentucky." And that big one chicken.
Was there a big chicken in
I
Corbin?
don't remember a big, that probably my dad's been gone 18 years now.
Okay.
So maybe the chicken came after. She said, but I like 77, taking 77 much better. So among other stops, it's Tamarack. Suffice it to say, if you must break down on 77 North, do so in Marmet. Been there, done that 3 separate times.
Yeah, Marmet, West Virginia, and Tamarack is in my hometown of Beckley, West Virginia.
Is
where
it
I grew up.
really?
Yeah, every time I go back to visit my mom, we have to make a trip to Tamarack because it's all like West Virginia artisans and stuff like that and West Virginia products. And I mean, there's everything from furniture to like jams and jellies and books and, you know, shirts and tees. So I always have to make a great stop at Tamarack there. It's right off the West Virginia Turnpike.
Okay, so that's like where you get all your souvenirs and your, because I love when you go somewhere, it doesn't matter if it's another country, if it's another city, where you can find that local flavor.
Yeah.
I'd much rather find that than go into a big department store like Walmart or something like that and get a shirt.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it's better because there's also there's the history of some famous West Virginians there, and you can it's a really, really cool, and it's nice and clean and just well worth it. If you ever travel up 77, you're near Beckley, stop at the Tamarack.
Meredith said it's halfway between her home and where she went to college. So between Rochester, New York, and Wooster, Ohio, she said there was a place that had a giant sign by the side of the highway, and it just said food on top of the restaurant. She said they have no idea what this restaurant is called. They just always called it food. But they also had books around the outside walls on the shelves, kind of like a library, and you could grab one if you wanted. So,
oh my gosh,
a meal and a book.
I would love a place like that. Teresa, how about you?
You were talking about the Tamarack. Our bus stopped there going up to Niagara Falls one year, and that was the absolutely coolest place because it was like the artisans and all people that actually did a lot of the stuff were there, and they were doing it they have those little sunk-in shops workshops, around it. Is that the one that's like the octagon type shape?
Exactly. Yeah, you walk the circle all the way around, and they got the little places where they do the demos as well, where they're actually working on the products that they sell there.
Yeah, that was just, I wanted to buy almost everything in there.
Wait a minute.
Everybody definitely needs to stop.
I thought it was a city. So this is not a city.
No, it's like a rest area off of the turnpike in Beckley, West Virginia, and it's called Tamarack.
I would have been looking up some city named Tamarack.
No, it's just got some of the and it's a lot of folk art stuff like quilts and pictures and wooden bowls, and I've got a huge paperweight that's got a flower inside it, and I watched the guy make it. It was so cool.
Rob and Lizz,
his morning crew.
Yeah, so more people really in this country want hot dogs.
Yeah.
I am in that camp.
Hot dogs?
I like hot dogs with chili. I mean, I want them fully loaded.
Right.
I want chili, onions, mustard, slaw.
Yeah.
All the things.
That's like a West Virginia dog. That's what we call a West Virginia dog.
Is it
you have to
really?
have chili and slaw on it. Yeah, so onions. So
neither of my sons want
slaw
chili.
Dog. Oh yeah,
There's
gotta have that.
One wants onions. The other one, honestly, just a turkey dog, and he's good.
Yeah. So I mean, hot dogs I like. 4th of July hot dogs I like if I go to the ballpark. A couple places I like hot dogs.
So 4th of July, you like hot dogs or ham?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'll eat a hamburger, but a hot dog really. I
Hits
don't
the spot.
eat too many hot dogs, but on the 4th of July, or if I go to a ballpark,
Yeah.
I like a hot dog.
But they don't do chili at the ballpark, do they?
No, I mean you got to put your own condiments on it at the ballpark.
And it's just like mustard.
It's just kind of a nostalgia thing for me. Mustard or ketchup usually. So ketchup is great.
Ketchup on top of the chili. You can't just have a
Ketchup
ketchup
alone.
dog.
Yes, you can. Those are great. Those are fantastic. Look, you got your flag shirt on. I'm going to say,
ready.
I'm going to say you can have ketchup on a hot dog, and that alone.
See, I don't think, and then mayo on a hot dog.
Oh, that's fine too. I wouldn't mind that at all. I just have a problem with we can't get the bun and the hot dog thing together, numbers together. That's my problem with the whole thing. Why do we have 10 hot dogs and 8 buns?
What is happening?
Why? Come on.
You can never make those two match up.
Yeah.
Are we double bunning? What are we doing? What's happening here?
Hey, Scott Watson, how about you? Hamburgers or hot dogs?
What's this or business? Why can't we have both? Hamburgers and hot dogs.
I hear that.
That's what I say.
Okay. Ninja, how about you?
Hamburger.
Really? Okay, what's the hamburger like? Is it just plain hamburger?
No, you got all the stuff on it. The lettuce, tomato, the pickle, the ketchup, the mustard,
The
honey
chili.
mustard if it's available.
Honey
Pimento
mustard on a
cheese.
hamburger?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my. Wait a minute.
Pimento cheese.
Brian said pimento cheese.
You've never had pimento cheese on a hamburger?
I can't stand pimento cheese, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Don't like it. Jake,
Yeah.
what?
The pimento cheese or blue cheese
Ooh.
On a hamburger?
on a hamburger.
Of course.
Yes.
I like a cracked
Ramp
egg,
it
and I
up a
hate
notch.
eggs. I do not like eggs, and yet I like it on a hamburger.
That's
And a
good, too.
slice of
Yeah.
avocado.
Avocado. Yes.
Man.
Yes.
Open mic came in through the My His Radio app.
Yep, been listening to y'all for years, but I am definitely a hamburger and hot dog fan. I do both, and I've already made some for the weekend. I'm gonna make some more too.
He wanted to celebrate both weekends.
Both, but why not?
Okay.
I mean, you got to do it.
All right.
And then Terry gave us a call. Terry, what's going on, man?
Well, I agree with Scott. Hot dogs and hamburgers, but I need one more thing. Barbecue.
So you're going to have barbecue, hamburgers, and hot dogs on the 4th of July.
Oh, yeah. Why not?
What time we showing up, Terry?
Well, I'll have to be working that day, so it'd be after, but it'd be in the evening.
All right.
That's why we fought the British.
All right. Tony texted in. He said, hot dogs, hamburgers, ribs at my house.
Okay.
Yeah. Brandon, okay, mayo on one side, talking about hot dogs, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. Mayo on one side, mustard on the other, then chili, onion, shredded cheese, and top it all off with slaw and ketchup. Brandon, we were right there together, brother, up until you threw that ketchup on there.
Oh.
Okay, Lisa's more of a hamburger person.
Okay. What does she got on her hamburger?
Here's the hamburger. Peanut butter on a burger and then throw some bacon on it.
I'm not mad at that.
I don't know that I'm mad at it.
I'm not.
I just don't know if I'm going to step in that direction.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
I want you to use the open mic feature on the My His Radio app. You just tap the mic and then just start telling us what you use or what you bring back from an adventure that you take. How do you, do you make a shadow box? Is it something, because I used to get coffee mugs. There are these really nice Starbucks coffee mugs that I have one from Paris, I have one from New York, and they're sort of etched, they're really nice. And so that's how, and then my husband's like, no more coffee mugs. So I bought this map for our wall, and everybody in the family has pins, different colored pins, and wherever you've been on mission trips, on vacation, whatever, then you put the pins in.
Yeah.
And that's really cool to see it like that. And then people ask you when they come to the house, oh, why were you in Romania?
What kind of inspired that? Had you seen it with somewhere else?
I had seen it. I think it was a Pinterest board or something. And I was like, that's a really cool way.
Yeah.
You know, and now that our boys are over and they're kind of over, they're older. They're not over, they're older. Woo! Since they are paying most of their own bills now, we have a little more, money. We can do a little more traveling.
Okay.
And so I just think it's cool to market.
Okay.
On and then my daughter being on a year-long mission trip around the world years ago, it's really cool to see where she was.
Yeah, little thimbles. People buy them sometimes, or a postcard from a place, or little spoons.
I was
going
gonna
to
say one of my grandmothers had the little spoons from everywhere. She traveled all the time.
I usually buy a hat.
So, how many hats do you have in the collection now?
Oh my gosh! Well, I've had to do some purging, and I've done, because I get too many hats. I've got way too many hats, and
You
so
threw them away?
I didn't. Well, kind of probably went to Goodwill, things like that, and so I know
Hurts my heart.
I know, but it's like my wife's like, we're running out of room.
Well, I
You can't
get
any
if
more
you're.
hats.
Are you trying to display them?
No, not really. I mean, I would wear them.
Yeah.
So, and just, I go through phases. I'll wear them for a few years, and it's like, So
I get
I
that.
kind of wish now, when you mentioned this, and I was like, I wish I would have held on to some of them, because they marked various things in our life
and
stuff like that.
Anytime you go through those types of things, I'll look at the map and say, oh, this was my favorite part of this, or do you remember where this funny thing happened? And it does bring up the memories. So you can text us 800-447-7234, call that same number, or tell us on the open mic feature on the My His Radio app.
Now, there's an open mic that came in through the My His Radio app.
Most trips that we go on, we try to bring a sticker for the back of our minivan and a fridge for our magnet.
Wow. I think she meant a magnet for
the fridge.
Yeah, that's
because otherwise that would take up a lot of room.
That would only be one trip. You can only get so there you go.
Yeah, we got you. Yeah. 800-447-7234. I did see where somebody had gotten those pennies, that you put in the little machine that squishes them and make them oblong, and then it imprints with where you are. And they did almost a picture of almost like a hot air balloon, I guess it was. And they used the pennies to create the balloon. And that's really
creative.
Very, very creative. I've also seen where you keep your hotel cards because you don't have to turn them in so much anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the
I
door,
guess,
and you put them in a travel box. And so you just kind of deposit them down in there kind of thing.
Okay.
They don't stamp passports anymore.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I've never traveled anywhere where I've needed a passport before.
Okay.
So,
yeah. They don't. They used to, stamp them, and I don't think they do anymore.
You don't need one in Lower Alabama.
All right. So, Therese, because we're talking about those things that you get when you go somewhere. When you're on a vacation, you do those things. So she said if they go somewhere with warm weather, they'll get beach towels. She texted this in.
Beach towels, okay.
However, they just went to Paris.
Oh.
And she brought back some chocolate, but she's almost out. So she feels like she's going to have to go back.
Oh, so a new trip there.
Absolutely, Therese. We'll be planning that soon, right?
Right
Let's
around
go.
the corner, just head to Texas. We're talking about marking your adventures. Scott Watson, what do you guys, what do you pick up when you go on trips?
I love magnets, so I always pick up some magnets. And we went to Rome a few years ago, and I've got this really neat magnet of the Colosseum. That's probably my all-time favorite.
Oh,
but
that's
magnets
very cool.
are my thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very cool.
I love that. This came in through the My His Radio app using the open mic.
We like to get an ornament for the Christmas tree when we go on a vacation. Number one, it's small, so it's great. But then every year when we are setting up the Christmas tree, pulling out the ornaments and decorating the tree, then it brings back those memories and we can enjoy talking about the trip as we decorate for Christmas.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Okay, what is in broccoli salad?
Well, obviously, there's a little broccoli in there, but also like bacon. You've got mayo.
Okay.
You've got a little sugar.
Dukes? Is it Dukes?
You got to sweeten it up. I use Dukes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir, I
I've
do.
heard of Dukes.
And then you've got like apple cider vinegar, onions. I said bacon, right?
Yeah, but
It's
you
okay.
can add
Put some more in
Put
there.
some more in there.
And then some people, put some fruit in there. I'm not much for fruit with the savory, so I don't do that. I do put sunflower seeds. I really like.
Ooh, yeah.
A little crunch.
That sounds
A little
okay.
crunch. I'm not putting pecans in mine. I'm putting some sunflower seeds.
Is it sounding any better to you, Jake?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you try it?
You're half-hearted. I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get some, and then you can try it, and I think you'll like it.
Okay,
I'm sure I will.
I like it. Yeah, that sounds a little better.
Yep. Sure.
Okay, all right. Here's an open mic came through the My His Radio app.
Love me some broccoli salad. Didn't think I would, but yes, love it.
Thank you. Okay. So it's not just the ladies that like the broccoli salad. The dudes are showing up.
Oh.
I need a kid. To say, I love broccoli salad.
Yeah, okay. Good luck with that.
Yeah, well.
I don't know. Maybe so.
It's got sugar in it.
Okay, Jana, how about you?
I had to tell you that while I was pregnant, all I craved was broccoli salad.
Yes, ma'am,
and so
you did.
Everybody kept bringing me broccoli salad, and that's all I ate.
So I got to ask now, do you still like broccoli salad, or were you just done with it?
I love it still.
So good. Are you the one that puts cranberries in it, or no?
No.
No. Good.
I like it straight up good old Southern broccoli salad.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Drivers in Philly, in the Philly area, I-95, may have thought they were going to a different area because they looked up at one of the signs, and instead of Central Philadelphia Chester, which was the exit, they had misspelled Central. So it looked like Central or something like that.
Setchnal.
Yeah.
Or something. The N and the T, I think, were...
It was a typo on a road sign.
Like, how many people does it have to go through? And I know we all make, grammatical errors. We all make spelling errors from time to time.
Yeah.
But when it's something that important, you've got the person who, I would think, types it into a computer system, right?
Sure, yeah.
And then it has to pass through a printer, and then it has to pass through, hopefully, somebody else, and then the people going to put up the sign. Look at it.
And not one person said, Are you sure that's how you spell that?
And it may have been, we're just busy. We
Yeah.
don't, we're wearing too many hats at our job, which, a lot of people are.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't got time to look at that.
Let's send that back to Central office.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
The professionalism in some of these kids that are in these recitals, and I don't know, Brian, if you've been to any of these recitals, watching nieces and nephews and that kind of thing. Sometimes kids can have total breakdowns.
Oh, yes.
I had a kid that got on stage and was taking part in like a chorus thing.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as the lights came up, he was done. He was done and out of there and just never went back to the stage. This little girl, 8 years old,
Okay.
and she's in a tap recital, and it almost, if you look at the video that somebody posted, I don't think it was her mom, but somebody posted on their social, it almost looks like she's doing it herself. Like there's nobody else in this troupe.
Yeah.
It's just a solo act. So she's tapping along, she's doing her thing, her shoe pops off. Girl does not miss a beat.
She does. She's just going right on, man.
Yeah.
It's like, forget I only have one shoe.
She doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she is breaking it down. And she never even, I did not see anything register on her face. Like,
Yeah.
like it was like, oh, well, let's just keep doing this. I love it.
Yeah.
But I love the stories too.
Yeah.
Where the kids lose it.
Yeah, I love the kids that lose it, or the kids that when the light comes on, it's like, boom, baby, I'm a star.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Definitely nowhere near 76. Could I eat hot dogs in 10 minutes time? It's Rob and Lizz in the morning on his radio. I'm Brian in for Rob.
That is Joey Chestnut's, I guess, record.
That's his record at the Nathan's hot dog eating competition in New York City. 76 hot dogs and buns he ate in 10 minutes.
But they do dip them in water.
Well, they have to get him, and it's such a nasty thing. He's not competing this year at Nathan's.
Yeah, because he got a side deal, a side hustle, and it's in a
Vegan hot dog.
competitor. Yeah.
And so he's going to fly down to, I think, San Antonio, and he's going to take on 4 troops at a base there, and they're going to have a 5-minute hot dog eating contest.
So is it the servicemen all together have to beat him, or individually they can eat as many as he?
I don't think it would matter. I mean, that's good. I mean, I think it would be like they could tag team it, and I still don't think they could beat him.
Oh, really?
So I don't know, but he's got 5. I mean, think about it. So if he could do 76 in 10 minutes, that'd be like 36,
some odd,
37.
In 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes.
I really think even 2 hot dogs, because typically when I eat a hot dog, it's like without the bun.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want all the chili and all the stuff.
Okay.
But to eat 2 hot dogs with the bun and all this, I don't think I could do fully 2.
He said if they each break 10, that would be good.
Okay, so they are competing together.
Yeah. So that's what he's saying. So last week he fasted on water, lemon juice, and liquefied calories as part of his pre-competition routine.
So,
if you're wondering how he gets ready for this.
I was going to say, but at the same time, don't you have to expand your tummy a little bit?
Well, then he did a run-through on Friday. He did a run-through, and then he ingested some oils to make sure everything is clean in his digestive system.
Wait a minute. He has to clean himself out before?
Look.
Is it worth it?
He's
Mr. Chestnut, is it worth it?